भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निधि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्योदि पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोतु वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणे. So today we'll see verse number 38 of chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge. So let us chant the shloka. Nahi jnanena sadrusham
नहि ज्ञानेन सदृशं
pavitram miha vidyate
पवित्रं इह विद्यते
स्वयं योग संसिद्धः
तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः
कालेनात्मनि विन्दति
कालेनात्मनि विन्दति
न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति.
न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धि कालेनात्मनि विन्दति.
न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रम् इह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति.
Anyone else? So translation and purport. In this world, there is nothing so sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge. Such knowledge is the mature fruit of all mystydom. And one who has become accomplished in the practice of devotional service enjoys this knowledge within himself in due course of time. But when we speak of transcendental knowledge, we do so in terms of spiritual understanding. As such, there is nothing so sublime and pure as transcendental knowledge. Ignorance is the cause of our bondage, and knowledge is the cause of our liberation. This knowledge is the mature fruit of devotional service. And when one is situated in transcendental knowledge, he did not search for peace elsewhere, for he enjoys peace within himself. In other words, this knowledge and peace culminate in Krishna consciousness. That is the last word of Bhagavad Gita. So here, Krishna is again emphasizing the greatness of this um, transcendental knowledge and how it helps us to be in a higher state of consciousness. So Krishna is telling that pavitram miha vidyate. So Krishna is telling there is nothing so pure as this knowledge. So last words, Krishna mentioned that this Agni, it burns out all the sinful reactions, right? So now he's saying, because the sinful reactions are burned, it is very pavitra, it is very pure, this knowledge. And sublime means there is no comparison with any other process. There are many processes of acquiring the self-realization. But this gyan, this knowledge is uncomparable with anything. And it's very pure. And once you get it, then how you get it? Yoga samsiddhim, by yoga, by devotional service. Kalena, in time. And atmani, a very important word, within. It comes within us. So, And one who accomplished in practice, one who is in yoga or devotional service, will get this knowledge in due course of time. So this is one way of stressing the point that we want to mention. Right? So in our day-to-day life also, when we want our children or somebody to listen to us, we emphasize the same sentence 3 times, 4 times, 10 times continuously, right? So that the next person understands the importance of that. So similarly, Krishna is also giving different angles and different views why this transcendental knowledge is important. And it comes from devotional service. Means what? In Nishkam Karma Yoga, not getting attached to any of our fruits. Mm. And then you get this knowledge. And when you have this knowledge, the real knowledge, what we saw, Krishna already told that the real knowledge is to understand our real identity and our relationship with the Supreme. So I am not this body, I am soul, and I am a part and parcel of Krishna. And so similarly, all others are also part and parcel of Krishna. This is the real knowledge. When you have this knowledge, the miseries around us don't disturb us. Mm. So that's why when he don't disturb us means what? Then he becomes peaceful from inside, right? So the person who is peaceful from inside, he don't search for enjoyment outside. Whatever happens around him, he is from within. He is peaceful. His way, or he may not look peaceful, but within inside he is peaceful. So there is one example, like if a person is very rich, a rich person can enjoy anywhere he goes in this world because he has money. He can use his money and enjoy, right? So a person who is doing bhakti, uh, yoga siddhi, who is in connection with the Supreme, or is in connection with the Krishna by doing the service or by thinking of him, uh, he is always happy and he can enjoy anywhere. So a bhakta or a devotee, he can go anywhere and he can start enjoying because he is enjoying from within, Atmani. And how it comes in course of time. So once you start doing the Nishkam Karma Yoga, we start doing the devotional activities, with time this knowledge comes. So when this knowledge comes, then we have the realizations, right? We have get the um, gyan, and then we get the experience of uh, our real identity, and then the things around us don't disturb us. So there are Srila Prabhupada's example. Right? So he had to face so many challenges in his life to establish this ISKCON and this Krishna consciousness movement, but he was so focused mm, in his knowledge and his purpose. The situation around him never disturbed Srila Prabhupada, because he had this knowledge of his real knowledge, right? So this can be achieved when we do a sincere um, devotional service, yoga. We try to connect, then we get this knowledge, and it's coming from within. So it does not depend on the clothes that you wear, right? So you are a grahastha or you are a brahmachari or a sannyasi, whoever it is, because it is coming from within, it does not depend on the external things. Mm. And so from where we have to start? We have to start by using our body, mind, intelligence, everything in the service. And by that, slowly, now we are trying to study this Bhagavad Gita for almost last so many months. Now, why we are doing this? We are also trying to understand what exactly is happening, what exactly Bhagavad Gita is, who am I, what I have to learn from Bhagavad Gita. That also we are trying to learn it, and how I should apply this Bhagavad Gita in my life. That is also we are trying to analyze, and we have to think, and we're trying to apply it, right? We have to. So that is also one. So Krishna says that who tries to study the Bhagavad Gita, he is worshipping me by his intelligence, because we are applying our intelligence to understand what is Krishna trying to tell us to do in this life, and how we should live this life. So this is also a part of anga of bhakti. studying the Shastra. Right?
So दूध है.
So we are also trying to do the same. So the purpose of all this engagement of our body, mind, time, mm, eyes, ears is to get purified of by doing this service, trying to connect yoga siddhi, trying to connect in devotion. So that's why, like if I have heard this that if you really want to understand Bhagavad Gita much better, and we have to if you have to apply this Bhagavad Gita and get the relish. When we say relish, that means becomes you become happy from within the Bhagavad Gita. Then you should also do some other services, like you should also do chanting. So the devotees told me that if you want to understand Bhagavad Gita, you chant. So you chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and then you read Bhagavad Gita. Then you get the experiences because Krishna reciprocates. Right? So, and then you get the knowledge, and this knowledge is pure. So it does not, because this knowledge is transcendental and it is pure, it does not depend on your physical condition or my physical condition. In whatever bad situation I am, or whatever sinful life I am living, Krishna told that this fire of knowledge will burn everything, and the most sinful of all sinners can be delivered. So, if we are trying to study Bhagavad Gita, we are already making an effort to get this knowledge. And Krishna here is telling Arjuna that if you are in connection with the transcendental knowledge, even if you are fighting and you kill your relatives or your gurus or your parents or your fathers, seniors, then still you will not be disturbed. And because you are connected with Supreme, then you will not get disturbed and there will not be any sin because this knowledge will already remove all the sinful reactions. So Krishna is again emphasizing that this transcendental knowledge and how he maintains this transcendental knowledge. So now Krishna will explain how this person uh, understands this. What is qualification or what is required to understand this transcendental knowledge and what you get and from what you get this transcendental knowledge. So that Krishna will explain in the next few shlokas of this chapter that we'll see tomorrow. So thank you very much for joining today also and giving your time so that we can read Bhagavad Gita every day and try to discuss this supreme knowledge. Thank you very much. So any other points or additions anybody want to do in this, please? Okay, thank you very much for joining. We'll see more how this knowledge comes tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.